Hello there. Welcome to Visual Art. I'm Mr. Nikolay. Well, this week we're going to be reviewing very important points. Now, all artists do three of the following things listed here, and that is create, respond, and connect. All artists have to think about the creating process. When we create, we look at how we use different mediums, how we solve problems, and how do we overcome challenges when we're creating art. But good artists think about how mistakes turn into good works of art. So problem solving is the key point. Also, when you're creating art, you have to think about exploring and trying new styles and new skills that you learn from others. That's where the second point comes in, and that is respond. It is very important to respond to your artwork. And that the reason for that is because when you're responding to the work of other artists, you are thinking actively about how other artists created their artwork. You're asking questions, why they created those artworks, what makes their artwork special. Also, what makes your artwork special? Why did you do this or why did you do that? Always ask the important questions. How did you create this work of art? Or what colors did you choose and why? So responding a lot is very, very important. Number 3 is connect. How do you connect yourself to your art making? And how do you connect the things you've learned from other artists and other places you visited? Your experiences and your memories all have to be connected to your art making. So connecting is a very, very important part. Right, previously we learned a lot of things about the artist known as Piet Mondrian, who was a Dutch painter. Now you all might have researched that Piet Mondrian was always concerned about what his art style would be. So he started by doing what everyone else did, and that is learning how to create art from scratch. And then that involved lots of drawing, lots of practicing, lots of making mistakes, and trying again. Now, what happened is years down the line, Piet Mondrian was thinking about what makes him special, what makes his artwork different to the works of other artists. So what he did was he started changing the rules of art. He created his own rules, and then he started breaking artwork up, and from the realist painting style, he transformed it into very modern and abstract style, which is really, really nice. You saw those lines and very simple primary colors, so he simplified art into a very modern style, which people fell in love with. It was very, very new and very, very fresh. So his art style changed over time. Now, a lot of people ask, where are Dutch painters from? Well, that's a good question. If you look here on the map, you will see that the country of Netherlands is right up there, and it's above Germany and Belgium. So a lot of people who are Dutch artists who speak Dutch are from the Netherlands. Now we are going to be learning about another artist who was also a Dutch painter. Can you guess which artist we're going to learn about? You can see some clues around me and some behind me too. Think about it. Well, we're going to learn about the person who painted the very, very famous Starry Night. It is one of the famous works of art, and there's a good reason for that. You might have seen this painting through your experiences. You might have seen it in the art room, but it's a very, very famous painting. Now you're probably wondering, who painted this picture? Why is it so famous? What's so special about it? Well, the person who painted this picture is no other than the man himself, Vincent Van Gogh. That is right, Vincent Van Gogh. There's something very, very familiar about this person. I can't put my finger on it, but I'm gonna find out. I'm starting to like this guy. He's got my attention. Now, there's been a lot of debate about how is this artist's name pronounced. It is pronounced differently by different countries. In international English, we say Vincent Van Gogh. However, in America, in Australia, people don't say it like that. They call him Vincent Van Gogh. Vincent Van Gogh, as in go home. or it's time to go. Vincent Van Gogh. Interesting. There's no right or wrong, it is just the way they pronounce it. Now, surprisingly, in British English, people say Vincent Van Gogh. They say the F sound. And sometimes I've heard Vincent Van Gogh as well. So this is also another way that is pronounced his name. Surprisingly, in France, because Vincent van Gogh did visit France a lot, and he lived in France and he traveled around France. In France, people pronounce his name like this: Vincent Van Gogh. Vincent Van Gogh. Right? Very, very different. However, the real way to pronounce his name is the Dutch way, and that is how you pronounce it. Vincent van Gogh. Vincent van Gogh. Right? However, in international English, I like to always refer to this artist as Vincent Van Gogh. Now, this week, I would like you to research 3 things about Vincent van Gogh. I would like your parents to help you. I would like you to engage with your mum and dad, your family, and learn something important about the lifestyle of this artist. More specifically, you can ask the following questions. For example, why is today Vincent van Gogh the most famous painter in the world? That's a very interesting question. Why is he so famous? A second question you can think about is how many paintings and drawings did Vincent van Gogh create in his lifetime? And another question I'd like you to think about is what happened to Vincent van Gogh? How did he live? And how did he die? So these are very important things to learn, and this is how we respond in art, is we learn about other artists. So researching yourself is very, very important. How would you post this on Seesaw? The way you can do this is I would like you to video record yourself, just the way I'm doing it right now. And I would like you to tell me in your own words those 3 questions. You can research first, you can write them down in notes or piece of paper. Remember, do this with the help of your parents. It would be nice to get you all involved in researching together because it's a fun learning experience. When you write those notes down, just read them and speak to your camera and upload that video to Seesaw. I look forward to listening to your reflections and viewing your video. Happy learning, and don't give up.